Hello, and welcome to the Telescope Show. We laugh, we discover God, and we totally nerd out. My name is Matthew Seipel-Anderson.
And I am Katie Seipel-Anderson.
And we are so pleased to be hanging with you again today. We will be talking about the Super Mario movie.
Which we watched last night with our kids and got a few comments from them as well.
Okay, we just finished watching Super Mario Brothers. What did you think?
It was fun but scary.
Who's your favorite character?
Princess Peach.
Nice. All right, we just finished watching Super Mario Brothers. What did you think?
I say that, I think that it was really good, especially when Bowser was singing about Peach, and then one of his minion people just walked in and was like, okay.
What'd you think about the battle between Mario and Donkey Kong in the middle?
That was funny. And then he said, meow.
What was the most unexpected part?
Ooh, can I ask you the questions?
Sure, go ahead.
I think the most unexpected part was Bowser knowing where they were. Like, how did they know where they were? What were your thoughts?
I was surprised when I learned that Bowser wanted to marry Princess Peach.
It's in the video game.
It still surprised me. I didn't have Mario Brothers growing up. I had a Sega.
What's that?
It's the system that competed with Nintendo. They had different games. Sonic the Hedgehog is a Sega game.
Cool.
Yeah. Katie, did you know that Super Mario Brothers was the game that invented the scrolling screen?
Oh, so you can just continually move forward. So otherwise you just have your screen that you have to completely get everything
Right.
out of, and then it brings you to the next world. But this one has a continuation.
Yeah.
Got it.
And it was a pioneer with the idea of warping and jumping around the game.
That must have been fun when they were creating it to think of all this stuff.
I wish I could have a video of the first person who figured that out just naturally. Had no idea it was there, but then was like, oh, I can jump up here and I can run across, and then it brings you down to the three pipes, and you could warp. I think it's in level 2 of Mario. You can hop up, run across the top of the screen, and you jump down and you see these three pipes, and you're like, what? And it brings you to different parts of the game, and it's so cool.
I only have very vague memories of playing Mario Brothers. Just kind of the Mario Kart has been more recent, but just the classic Mario Brothers video game.
Well, you and I actually share this experience because neither one of us had a Nintendo growing up.
You apparently had more experience with it, though, because you remember way more. Well, maybe your memory is just better.
No, I did have a good friend who lived across the street. The
Ah.
Muckala family. So if you're listening, thank you. Thank you, Muckalas, for the experience of Mario.
You had Sega.
Yeah, I personally had Sega.
Would you rather have grown up with Nintendo or Sega?
Looking back, I think Nintendo. Nintendo, you're definitely more of the mainstream, and you're more part of a bigger thing.
It's nice to be part of a bigger thing, to have shared experiences with more people.
Maybe it was part of shaping me who I am.
That's right.
And I needed to be a Sega kid.
That's right. To all the other Sega kids out there, you matter too.
That's right.
Well, would you rather be Mario or Luigi?
So I think I would say Luigi just to be different. But that goes back to the whole Sega thing. And maybe now, after watching the movie, I think I would actually rather be Mario.
Mario's definitely got a more vibrant personality than Luigi.
Mario's definitely an underdog, but he's got the tenacity and he overcomes in the end. So yeah, I like Mario.
Would you rather be invited in Mario Kart or in Mario Party?
I mean, Mario Kart's super fun. I've had a lot of good experiences playing that game. So,
So I think of go-karts in my last go-kart experience, and that wasn't very fun. So I think I'm going to go with Mario Party, even though I've never played it. So
yeah, you and I really did go-karts not too long ago.
Yeah. And they weren't bumper cars. I kind of like bumper cars, but go-karts, I don't know. I did not enjoy it too much.
So Katie kind of has large hair, and getting that helmet over your hair was kind of an experience.
Well, I had to completely take down my hair. I had it all up in a ponytail thing, and I had to take it all down. And I have glasses. I had glasses on, and I couldn't like wear my glasses right with the helmet, so they would fog up. Or if I took them off, I couldn't really see very well.
Yeah, and these were tight helmets, like
They
tight,
were tight.
full face motorcycle helmets that just like grabbed your face.
It was not very comfortable. And then I was really slow. And the steering wheels were kind of hard to turn, and so you're like, trying to turn it.
You know, in the Mario Brothers movie, nobody wore a helmet, so maybe it'd be just a blast. Like you're a video game character, nothing hurts.
That might be a lot more fun.
Yeah,
You go flying off the rainbow,
yeah, the Rainbow Road.
the rainbow road, and you're fine. A little character flies you back up.
Yeah, you're good to go. So as of May 21st, the Super Mario Brothers movie has grossed $549.2 million in the United States and $689.4 million in other territories for a worldwide total of $1.239 billion.
Really?
That's a huge box office smash.
Wow. It's got to be for nostalgia. I mean, the movie was okay.
Maybe it is for nostalgia because I noticed a lot more of the little elements taken from the games. So it was fun to pick out all the little things.
And Willem did enjoy the movie. That's not for nostalgia, obviously.
Yeah. What did you think of Bowser?
So the scene with him like singing to Peach was pretty funny.
Totally a standout.
So you have this like really evil, dark bad guy with Bowser, and then he's like talking about magical fairy tale wedding, and it is pretty funny. But then I was a little unnerved by it, and I couldn't figure out why quite. And then I realized, well, it's kind of a heavy topic to make super funny in a kids movie, just because of the ugly nature of someone with an obsession with someone else like that. You know, stalkers are sometimes a real life issue for girls or for anyone, I suppose.
It is something that we worry about for our kids. And it's something that you see in the headlines. There's even a story in the Bible where King David's son rebels against him. But if you read the backstory, it's related to an obsessive relationship gone wrong within the family that has birthed these bitter seeds that come out in the form of one son trying to take over from King David. And so it is kind of an ugly thing in society, and it is a little unnerving to have in a kids movie when you really think too deeply about it.
I think it's an unnerving thing to have in a kids movie, but also to make it as the funny piece of the movie. That's my prudish parent coming out saying, "Hey, wait a second, Princess Peach could be one of my daughters."
I thought it was funny because it was so ironic. You know, just
well, fairy tale wedding, and they almost set it up so you like almost feel bad for him because he has this like love for Peach, but that's not real love.
no, he obviously didn't have a real love because it vanished like that when she just didn't go along. He really wanted to conquer her.
It's like he's conquering everything else.
But
I think it's important to know that real love sacrifices for the other and always wants the best for the other. And I can't help but think, of course, of Jesus with his sacrifice for us. He didn't come to conquer us. He came to make a way for us to come to him on our own.
Very different than Bowser.
Just a little. And that's the beautiful thing about having a true bad guy in a movie.
Any other highlights that stand out to
Well,
you?
you have to talk more about Mario.
Well, first of all, I relate to Mario a bit because my father was a plumber.
Oh,
My father's not dead, by the way.
You could relate to Luigi too, because
That's true.
you know they're going to make a sequel, and Luigi's going to be the one that like rises up and is like, "Hey!" Although Luigi really did save the day when he kept the fire from hitting Mario. So,
Love it when the underdog steps up to the plate.
and Mario would not be able to fix anything if he doesn't have the materials to fix it that Luigi brought along. So let's just be honest; it's a team effort.
That's right. So for all the Luigis out there, we believe in you. We appreciate you.
Maybe I'm a Luigi.
I don't think so. It was cool to get a more proactive princess.
Yeah, that's definitely been a growing theme in the recent movies. You know, they're not just damsels in distress. They're like, I'm going to save myself. And she was with Mario kind of like, "Ooh,
You need to get some video game world
you
skills.
need to work on your superpower skills here.
Yeah.
I need to teach you how to be able to rescue your brother."
Yeah, so she was like the guide character, which is
She kind of was.
interesting.
I thought some of the funniest stuff was when she was trying to make him feel better.
I thought it was also very fun because we've played a lot of family Mario Kart. I loved it when the three characters were there choosing their vehicles.
Right, yeah.
That was a really cool scene. It was just fun seeing the pink motorcycle roll out. And of course, Toad's was the funniest because it's so big and he's so small.
But you got to do that
Yeah.
if you're small.
Uh-huh.
Thought it was funny during one of my favorite scenes was actually during the scene where Mario's fighting the Donkey Kong. And when he's like trying to push those boxes and keeps getting weird things.
Yeah. That was a nice touch.
Ends up super tiny, and then he ends up with a cat cat outfit, and yeah.
And when he was the cat suit, my favorite moment was when he avoids Donkey Kong's fists by arching his back and like
Yeah.
his two little tinkle toes went.
Which cats do, by the way.
Exactly. That's why it was so funny. So overall, Mario Brothers was enjoyable. It had some things that kind of made us raise our eyebrows when we thought deeply about them, but overall, it was pretty enjoyable. It did not have a lot of innuendo like some of the other PG-rated kid movies.
No, it just had a stalker.
It was just more intense. You know, Bowser was a bit more intense. There was a little, mild torture. Yeah, it was more intense, but it didn't have like the innuendo like a Shrek. So there you go. If you're thinking of watching it with your family, those are our thoughts. Do you have any predictions for future Mario movies or future video game movies? I think this is going to sort of be a template for future things.
Hey, now, I was going to predict that.
Oh, sorry.
You can't ask a question and then answer it.
Okay, well, elaborate.
I think that they will make a sequel, and Luigi's going to have a bigger role.
They did make that video game Luigi's Haunted Mansion.
Exactly.
So I think they will also look back to some of the other really popular franchises like Zelda.
Oh, yeah. It's weird to think of Zelda as like looking back.
Somebody told me that they didn't think Zelda could be made into a movie very well because Zelda is designed in a way where the little guy on the screen doesn't have a lot of personality because it's supposed to be you kind of choosing your own adventure.
Oh, yeah, I suppose.
So that one to me, I think, okay, it's a long-running thing. It's very recognizable. It makes sense to make into a movie. But because of the gameplay, it would be challenging. Like, Mario definitely has a personality. I'm not sure what they'll do with that.
We'll just have to have someone who's more of a gamer on the show. So if you want to be on the show, you let us know. And you're a gamer, you let us know.
Yeah. Well, speaking of things in the future, the podcast has a bright and shining future.
We're so excited.
We're so excited because we're going to do an episode next week, and then we're going to take a bit of a hiatus during the summer because we are rebranding.
Are we going to share?
I think we should today share the new name of the show.
Does everyone want to know the name of the show?
Are you ready?
That was the masses out there asking for it.
The new name of the show, would you like to share it?
No, you go for it
All
because
right.
it was your idea.
It's going to be called the Nerdy Folks Podcast. So I'm playing this gig, singer-songwriter gig at Convergence Con on July 6th. It's a Thursday. I'll be playing at 7 o'clock. So the story is I couldn't get a table. So I sign up to do this gig. I put an application, and I'm like, okay, I need a name. And typically I've been just Matthew Seipel Anderson, dude who plays guitar and sings songs. But I needed a good angle for this convention, so I sign up under the name Matthew Seipel Anderson and the Nerdy Folks. I thought, if I get in, I'll write some nerdy songs. Some time goes by. I don't think I get in. They release the schedule, and I'm not on it. I'm like, I definitely didn't get in. Okay, that's cool. Then, lo and behold, an email shows up, and I'm in. Someone must have dropped out or something. And so now I'm thinking, oh man, now I have to write some songs. So I've been doing that and have a collection of songs now. And I'm really excited. But the more Katie and I talked, we just thought, man, that name Nerdy Folks, it's really catchy. And I was able to get the URL. nerdyfolks.com. So, yeah, we're going to be using that name, Nerdy Folks Podcast. The Nerdy Folks Podcast.
Woohoo! So stay tuned next week for our final episode before we take a break and rebrand over the summer. And we're excited to come roaring back in September.
That's right. So you can listen to all the episodes currently at thetelescopeshow.com. You can connect with us via email, thetelescope@icloud.com. And of course on social. Until next time, we love you all. Take care. God bless. Bye-bye.